he is going to be our great guest named Zach from Ignite Finance. We did a podcast with Ignite Finance with another speaker, but nonetheless, these are all our friends. So Zach, if I do see you in our chat, you are with us. Please turn your video and turn your mic and let us say, okay, you are with us. Hey, hello. Well, so the stage is yours. The stage is yours. Please share with us your thoughts, your thinkings, your pros and cons about Blast Project. So everything you find it worth for our community, for us to know regarding Blast, regarding your project. The stage is yours. Please rock, and then we will ask you questions.
Sure thing. So hello, everyone. My name is Zach Prater, and I'm the head of business development behind Ignite Finance. I will say I'm not one of the biggest founders. I think that's probably Van, and he was unable to make it to this call, so I'm here. Hello, everyone. A quick overview of Ignite Finance is we're a decentralized exchange that's building on top of Blast. And that's probably the quickest overview. And I think that you're going to see a lot of decentralized exchanges pop up here and there. But the biggest difference between Ignite Finance and a lot of other DEXs is our approach to actual innovation. A lot of different DEXs, you can see that they're just forks from previous DEXs. Forks from Uniswap, forks from PancakeSwap, forks from the Camelot DEX, and so on. And our approach was just kind of think differently than a lot of these forks. Whenever you build a platform, it's not about forking existing open source and then just adding a few features on top of that. It's actually seeing the existing tech behind that open source fork and making sure that it's a lot better. So what we've done with Ignite Finance is we've kind of looked at a lot of different user feedback from a lot of different DEXs. We've looked at a lot of features that are trendy in the market, and we're just kind of thinking about how to actually implement that on a DEX itself. And there's a few features that we're currently working on implementing, such as a DCA solution on a DEX, allowing users to just slowly DCA into their favorite tokens on a decentralized exchange versus a centralized exchange. We're allowing people to have nitro pools, which provides liquidity incentives to liquidity providers to actually launch their own pools and launch their own tokens. We're trying to focus on different escrow tokens to where we can have different escrow contracts to where you don't need to be a coder. You can just set up your own escrow contract yourself, all from the same platform. We're trying to add a different launchpad. We're just trying to add a whole bunch of different features onto the same existing infrastructure that everyone's currently playing around with. And that's probably the funnest overview of Ignite Finance, yeah. Is the host also on stage? Are there any questions?
Oh, it's been very shortly. I didn't expect. Well, I kindly encourage you guys to ask questions. So when a speaker speaks shortly, this means for me that he thinks very clearly without different imaginations, properly and clearly. And the project which he has founded might have been looked the same. Well, we've got the first question from Alex, DAO Envelop member. He asks, if you choose one killer feature of Ignite Finance, what it would be and why?
So right now it's the DCA solution, and it's allowing users to actually dollar cost average into their favorite tokens without necessarily having to use a centralized exchange. And right now in decentralized exchanges, the biggest problem is the fact that you do one order, you do another order, you do another order, and you pay 3 different fees for all those different orders. With the idea of the DCA feature, you'd be paying one exact fee to actually DCA over a period of time in your favorite token. And this was an idea that came to us at a hackathon that we did. We built a lot around it, and we're looking forward to implementing it soon. But it's something that's currently not seen on any decentralized exchange. It's not seen on most centralized exchanges, and we just kind of wanted to provide a unique feature to do this and restructure the actual fee, the fee structure that's seen on a lot of different exchanges. So hopefully it's a good answer. But I will admit, I'm sorry that my answers are really fast. I'm a hackathon guy. I've done over 27 hackathons. I've pitched a lot of different projects, so I'm very fast, very quick to the point. So, yeah.
So this is a sort of professional defamation. So you have 30 or 60 seconds for a pitch, and time is started, and pitch is made. Okay, I love this.
No.
So, how completely are you generally satisfied with Blast or not satisfied? Which are pros and cons? What would you suggest for Blast guys maybe to add, to implement in the future? How do you see the development of its ecosystem? So any suggestions for Blast team who will be listening carefully?
Yeah, I'd say that the Blast ecosystem is actually really unique. There's a lot of different DEXs and different DeFi applications that are launching in Blast just for the fee structures and fee rewards that are coming to the Blast ecosystem. I think probably the biggest thing that the Blast ecosystem has that most other ecosystems don't is Blast goals, their fee structure to where they're actually rewarding users for playing, and then the fact that they're EVM compatible. I think that there was a question comparing Blast to Ton with the Telegram network, and it's just the aspects that if you build on Ton, it's really difficult to actually restructure your entire application and then deploy it to an EVM. Versus if you start on Blast and you build on that EVM, you can deploy to Optimism, to Polygon, to Arbitrum, to a whole bunch of different networks, and you can still stay within the Blast ecosystem itself. Blast kind of just allows you to actually function to as many different networks that you want without really being compromised.
Yeah, when you were choosing chains for building from EVM, if I don't understand, did you choose between Blast and other EVM chains, or you had chosen from the first start Blast and didn't even consider any other EVM chains then?
So I've probably built a dApp on almost every chain. I pride myself in that, but you can honestly thank the ETH Global Hackathons for that. They've got some pretty good prizes. We did consider other chains, but whenever you're considering other chains for this fee structure, there's almost no chains like Blast, because the fee structure itself, fees on Polygon go straight to the Polygon Foundation. Fees on Optimism, they have a shared sequencer for that, so that goes to the Optimism Foundation. Same thing for Arbitrum, same for a lot of other foundations. And with Blast, a lot of the fees go back to the users. And that's something that's almost revolutionary, because no one considered, hey, let's give the rewards back to the people that are using the app. Everyone's just thought, let's keep it for ourselves. And I think that for DEXs specifically, you see things such as Uniswap is considered changing their fee structure to where they're more of a corporate entity than a decentralized exchange. And with Blast, not only do we have higher fees, but we have higher revenue, we have higher income, and that goes either back to ourselves or back to the users. So we really just kind of stuck with Blast. I think in the future we'll be looking for other ones, but Blast is the way to go for now.
Well, if you remember, Joseph, for the previous speaker, said that they love user base like real gold in Blast more than native yield in Blast. Do you agree with him? Do you value user base more than native yield, or native yield more than user base? What are general thoughts, general models on that?
I think that there's going to be a difference in opinion on this. Whenever in the previous day they talked about user base, it was user base of meme coins. And whenever you talk about actual native yield, that's native yields of long-term investors. So it's just a question of, do you want temporary users or do you want long-term users and long-term investors? And I think that depends on what is actually available on the platform itself. For Ignite Finance, we're also allowing people to launch their own coins, launch their own liquidity pools, do anything without coding itself, but we're also allowing people to do native yields. So we're trying to be the best of both markets. Whenever that's going to be very hard to do. I think that we'll see a lot of different platforms such as Pump Fun, to where they focus solely on the temporary holder, or DEX tools, to where they focus solely on the temporary holder, versus a lot of different things such as Aave, to where they focus on long-term holders, towards people holding for years and years, if not months on top of that. So we're going to hopefully focus on both, but I'd say Jacob is absolutely correct in his assumption. I think it just depends on which platform makes the most sense.
Okay, definitely. So I think, Alex, we have already answered about, by the way, Alex said that Zach is his favorite speaker. his favorite one. All the speakers are right here. So why Blast is me? So Zach has already answered why I mentioned Blast. The next question comes from our professional user and true Envelop fan, Rostislav, who meticulously investigated your Medium and quotes your Medium. So he asks, you stated, guys, Ignite Finance, stated on your Medium, quotation, quote, the primary goals of Ignite Finance include the development of a native DEX on the Blast platform, bolded with zero swap fees for small transactions, end quote. Could you please ask Rostislav specify the range for transaction amount with zero swap fees? Here's the question. What will we answer?
Yeah, so currently the range around is any transactions that are underneath 250. And this is kind of to focus on the short-term holder versus the long-term holder. A lot of times whenever you think about short-term holders, they're typically people ranging from the price point of $5 to $500. And they typically trade very fast, very quickly. And they're paying fees every time that they buy and every time that they sell. And if anything, there's some tokens that have additional fees on top of that. So we wanted to allow people to be able to buy and sell on relatively small amounts without paying aggressive fees for doing so. We'll still cater to the long-term holder by having different investment products on our platform of Ignite. But the actual short-term and zero swap fees for small transactions is focused on 250 and under, and that's more for the actual smaller trader and smaller holder.
Well, you said, Zach, that you are a hackathon guy. You love hackathons.
Yeah.
May I ask you, why do you still love this kind of participation in Web3? Because there are a lot of activities in Web3 space. Why hackathons?
Yeah, so the reason why hackathons, and I'll give you a really fun example of this. My first hackathon I organized at MIT in 2021. This was the first one that I organized, not the first one I participated in. And there was a really smart developer. I can't think of his name off the top of my head now, but I'm sure that you've heard of the AI agent platform that made Devin. And Devin was created at this hackathon. And it was absolutely insane to me to think, I met this guy, and within a period of, I think it was 15 months, it went from hackathon idea to 500 million fundraising round. And now they're valued about 2.7 billion. And so it's the fact that we're building products, we're building platforms. And instead of talking to finance gurus about, hey, why do you like Polygon? Why do you like optimism? Why do you like Arbitrum? It's talking with developers and saying, hey, is the tech really there? Or are they just very good at marketing?
Definitely. So you are actually those guys. So I love that we have so qualified speakers on. It could have been otherwise. I think, yes, we are great guys. We can contribute to the ecosystem. Why not to have the smartest guy in the room as our speakers? Well, let me look into the chat for other questions. No, I don't see any questions. So could you please share your plans, what to expect from Ignite Finance till the end of this year, briefly about your roadmap?
Sure thing. So I will say we're going to keep building. We're going to be focusing on not only building the platform out, but building out the user experience and user interface. I think there's a laundry list of different features that our users in our community has kind of said that this would be interesting for us to do. But some things for you to look forward to in Q3, we're focusing on doing our public sale to where you can actually purchase our token and actually get rewarded for all the transactions that happen on Ignite Finance. So Q3, focus on public sale. You're actually going to be able to play around with the platform itself. In Q4, I believe that every aspect of the platform will be public for people to play with. You're going to have your DAO launch. You're going to have your token launch. You're going to have every single exchange that you could want to be able to participate in. So Q3, token launch. Q4, platform MVP and finality. Yeah.
Well, what's the best way to follow, where to follow Ignite Finance, and how to join, how to start exchanging to these primary?
We have a Discord community with about 34,000 people in there. is very active. You'll see myself and you'll see the main founder Van in there almost every single day. I'll drop the link in our Telegram chat, but that's probably the best way to actually find us. We are on Twitter, also known as X, but I will admit I'm not the best at tweeting, so find me on Discord. That's probably a lot better. Or if you're attending Consensus in Austin at the end of this month, I'll be there. If you're attending ETH Global Brussels, the hackathon, I'll be there as well. So you'll just find me at almost any industry hackathon event.
Well, so the best way to find Zach is to visit any qualified Web for Hackathon, whatever, where place. Yeah. Well. So, okay, I think we got the main point. Any final thoughts, any suggestions, any wishes to Blast team, who I am sure will be reviewing this meetup? Maybe you want to wish, I don't know, if you have a direct connection with these guys, perhaps your developers, just write to one to another and just in simple Telegram. I don't know how directly I can connect it. Any wishes to Blast developers team and Blast community as well, so publicly?
I'd say just keep building, just keep doing what you're doing, and don't pay attention to others, don't pay attention to Polygon, pay attention to Blast, building, and yeah, y'all are doing great. Probably try to think of puns and memes. I like memes.
Well, you do not like Polygon, as I mentioned. Have I mentioned it you carefully? Why so? I don't say we're hey, but not.
It's just the aspect of innovation. You really see different products such as Espresso or Ton that was mentioned previously, or even Blast itself, just actually innovate on the previous infrastructure. You don't really see much innovation from a lot of the previous biggest winners. You just see them just know that they're successful already. I even think that after Blast launches their token itself, I think we'll see a massive amount of innovation on how they actually change the fee structure to keep users there. So just keep innovating, just keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, keep building.
Absolutely, the true advice and recommendation from the guy who has been building all his serious grown-up life, as Zach from Ignite Finance. Thank you very much, Zach, for joining us today. You're an amazing speaker. I do understand why Alex loves you, keeps you as a favorite speaker. I think we'll have good connections in the future because we have been friends, but you will be following your success. So, guys, please follow Ignite Finance, use it, and keep remember that Zach was our speaker today. So thank you very much, Zach.
Of course. Thank you all so much for having me. I'll see you later.
Have a good day.